Hello and welcome, I'm Marumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play! Let's play some EVE Online. It's that time. It's Sunday. Sunday! Alright. So this is gonna be a different one. This is gonna be different. This is gonna be a different one from what people are used to, and there's gonna be a few people who are probably a little upset because they're gonna want to do this frigate death ball again, but we're gonna have to hold off on that for just like at least a couple weeks because we are having as a corporation we need to progress beyond being harassed by trade station camping alliances. So yeah. So we moved. We have a new home. Good morning, Crazy Ass Gaming and Rabbit and Diddy Bani Babani. Diddy Banana. Bananas. Alright, trade me. I have 2 blueprints. You didn't read the instructions. You're supposed to contract them to the corporation. That way you don't have to rely on somebody being in the station to do it. Does anyone know how you get rid of contracts that are expired and rejected? Like, I don't want to see these anymore. It doesn't require attention because I don't care about it. There's like no right-click go the hell away button. I don't care about these. Some like people on occasion will offer me these bullshit contracts that are like, hey, you should carry this item for us across low-sec or null-sec. And it's obviously just, you know, fluff. And I just want them to go away. But I can't make them go away. Alright, go away. I get it. Alright, I understand. Interface is bad. There we go. Medium proton smart bomb blueprint ×1. That is right. That's how you do it, Klaus. So, well, one of the things. Okay, let's just do this. Right click them. You've got an option to remove them. No, you don't. I didn't. If I go to corporate contracts require attention, I right click, view contract, show route, pick up station, drop off station. If I view the contract, there's no button. There's no button to delete it. There's nothing. It's just been here for like weeks. Some bullshit courier look at the date on the damn thing. Issued 7/13. 7/13. That's 13 days ago. 2 weeks. This goddamn contract's just been sitting in my requires attention status, which is bullshit and stupid, and I don't like it. Anyway, I don't know, it's just one of my minor complaints. But anyway, okay, so we have a new spreadsheet. I had to update it. It took some time. Let me pull it up. We can look at the one that's online. If you want to go check it out, anyone can look at this. I don't really care if people who aren't in the corporation have access to it. So I'm going to link it in Twitch chat, and then we'll take a look at it. So what this is the fruit of my Excel foo. And okay, so here's what to expect from this stream, okay? If you were coming hoping for another frigate death ball attacking Amar, that again, sadly that's not going to happen today. But we're going to be doing stuff like that again in the future. We're just going to be using better ships with better pilots. So first and foremost, since we just started the stream, let me explain 2 quick things. Number 1, corporation cap has gone up hugely. We have 1,800 corp cap now. So if you want to come play with us, there's space, tons of space. Come join us. I am not going to be doing quite as much advertising for recruits because I want to start getting people who are going to stick around for a while, and you know I don't want to go straight up to 1,800 full of trial accounts that all just go AFK after they play for 20 minutes. But we have room, and eventually we're going to have to start being a little bit more careful about who we allow into the corporation. Eventually we're going to do API keys and stuff in order to get in. But for now, we're still going to be pretty much accepting everyone that wants in. So what's one of the things I was looking for? View. No, I don't want highlighted message. I want subscribers. Okay. Cool. So, all right. So what's the spreadsheet do, right? So that was the first thing. First thing was we have space. Second thing is that we moved and we are no longer based out of Amdonan. We're now in a system called Heme. What's an API key? Diddy Banana asks. An API stands for, I actually don't even know what the definition of an API is, so let's look it up real quick. Define API. Stands for Application Programming Interface, set of routines, protocols, and tools for building software applications. So when people are talking about an API key, it's basically like a code that you enter into a website or something, and it will generate information for you. So, wow, you don't use API keys to check players? Okay, yeah, there's like 500 plus applications. You do that. Have fun. It's not it's not something where we're going to want to like, I'm not going to go through it. I'm certainly not going to do that. And no, we're not going to do that yet. Later on we will. Asian masculinity. What is that? What is that? View channel admin. No. View channel info. That helps. Sure, we'll keep that. It's not a social security number. All that it does is it allows people to have access to basic information about your character. It doesn't give them access to your account. Doesn't allow them to like hack you or anything. Basically, like you can issue. Here, I'll just show you. Need API. Yeah, now people are gonna hack my codes. Don't even bother. I'm just gonna change them. Okay, it doesn't matter. Like, but what you could do is you could use these codes, and you can enable stuff like I can let people see my wallet transactions. I can let people see my wallet journal, my market orders, the account balance, our bookmarks and locations, and our kill log, and our character info, and all that crap. Again, yes, these are the numbers to access my character right now. I'm going to change them, so just don't even bother. There's no point. But all that it does is it allows third-party applications access to information about Eve. And that can be extremely useful. For example, finding out how many of a specific blueprint a corporation has. So for example, this is the website version, the Google Docs spreadsheet that I put together that it's a dumb sheet. It doesn't have any automatically generated numbers or anything. I'm just copy-pasting over the stuff that I want for the corporation. But the smart sheet, the one that I made using Excel, is all automatically generated. So for example, let's just start from the beginning. Like, how did we get here? Yeah, check my access log. I wouldn't be surprised. But again, I'm going to change all the keys. It's just I don't want to mess with my spreadsheet right now, so I'm not going to do it at this moment. Again, there's nothing you can do to an account based on having access to the information from it, except for maybe like read their email and like spy on them or something, but who cares? I don't really care. You want to see how much ISK I have? Oh god. Here, I'll just show you. I don't care. We have right now 25 billion. Yay. Again, having the API key doesn't mean you can like steal from us or anything. So whatever. Anyway, the smart sheet, what does this one do? Well, I did a lot of steps to get here, but let's just start with the end product and then maybe we'll kind of work our way back a little bit. So I found out, first off, like a list of all the Meta-Zero blueprints. So this is a combination of two things. First, I had to find Tech 1 blueprints. I had to find blueprints that only required minerals, because I didn't want to use any other stuff yet. And then I had to find blueprints that created Meta-Zero items, because I didn't want to create Tech 2 stuff, because a lot of that, it's just whatever. So these are the blueprints that we want, right? And so then number desired is just something that I put in myself. You know, I want like 10 of these ones, and I want like, you know, a little bit further down the list. Control click. We've got some that I only want 2 of, some that I want 5 of, etc., and all that. But what the beautiful part is, like, how do you do it automatically? Is I've got a formula now, which says max number desired minus number owned equals 0. All right, that's not number needed. We need to look at number owned. So sum if corp assets type ID 6 at type ID corp assets quantity 7. That's right. Did I just speak gibberish? Most people are like, what the fuck does that mean? Well, let's break that down. So we have a sum if function. What that's going to do is calculate over a range of information. The range in this case is corp assets, and then the subsection or the sub-column type ID 6. So what is corp assets? Well, we can use the goto function, go find corp assets. Corp assets is a table that I have. So we're going to go to it. It's on another page. And this is where we used an API key with an XML data import in Excel I have this connection here. I can show you under developer sources, XML maps. So we've got a bunch of XML maps, right? Whatever. This is where information comes in. Am I looking at the right spreadsheet? Yeah, I am. That's okay. There's a bunch of them. This one has errors on it. It's fine. Don't worry about those. So anyway, we've imported an entire list of the corporation assets, right? And this thing I can do whenever I want. I can refresh the sheet and just get the updated assets. Like, I'll do it right now, but bear with me. There's going to be a few errors because I haven't fixed the sheet. I was still messing with it and stuff. So when I go to data, refresh all, we're likely to get pop-ups that say like, hey, there's a problem. Like D downloads, asset list, data source not found, import status failed. Because I was changing it all anyway. So we're going to say yes, yes, errors, blah, blah, blah. My other sheet doesn't have errors. And boom, there. Did you just see it? Current time just updated. So right now it is 11:30 a.m. It is 15:31 a.m. or sorry, 15:31 Eve time, and this is a current list of the corporation assets. So as of 15:31:03 Eve time, again it is 15:31. It's like instantaneous. This is a list of all the stuff, and it's just numbers everywhere. And you're like, well, what the hell does all this shit mean? Well, to most people, it means absolutely nothing. But after messing around with it for long periods of time, you can figure out what some of this shit means. So, what we looked for is, we were looking for something called the, we needed to find type ID 6. For some reason, the corporation assets doesn't use just type ID quantity. It uses type ID 6, quantity 7. And I think that's, I don't know why. But type ID 6 is the type ID of the item in the game. Right? So what it's doing is it's going down this list, and this is a type ID. So 2454. So what this is saying is that the corporation owns this item at location ID number 66007019. Who knows what the hell that means, but if we wanted to, we could go look it up. We could actually look up what location IDs are in the game. But we have type ID 2454. So let's go find out what's type ID 2454. What is this thing that we own? We can go to our type ID list, we can go search, find 2454, find next, and we can see that a 2454 is a Hobgoblin 1. So the game doesn't do things based on text strings. Almost everything is based on type ID. And most games are actually made this way, where they'll use like numbers and stuff instead of using actual names, because let's say you're creating a game and you want that game to be available in multiple languages, like English, French, Spanish, Dutch, whatever, German, all that stuff. Well, if you just reference everything by text string, then it becomes a pain in the ass. If you reference it by number, then you can have different tables and columns that say, hey, if you're using this language, then use this word. If you're using this language, use this word. And then it all compares back to a number. So anyway, back to the 2454, the Hobgoblin 1. We can go back to Corp Assets, and we can see that the 2454 is, we have 4 of them. 4 of these Hobgoblins located here. And indeed, if we wanted to, we could go into the game, and we could go to Corporation Asset Search. We can search for the Hobgoblin. And we can see that Hobgoblin drone. We have 1 that is in Mora. We have 4 that are located in Amdonan 8. So most likely that location ID was for Amdonan. So that's where that comes from. I don't need to change the game from Excel to from Eve to Excel. This is Eve Online. Eve Online is spreadsheets and space. So anyway, we can see where stuff is, right? And then we go back to our actual thing. And what this is doing now, this SUMIF thing, again, is taking the range. So we're taking corp assets in that column. That's what we're searching, type ID 6. We're matching it against the type ID in this row, 242507, which I actually have it, the English version of the type ID, just for my own sanity, listed right here, which is just a type ID lookup against, well, actually this is text, but that's how I got the information. I did a type ID search against the type ID column of the table. So yeah, so we've got the criteria, and then the sum range is the corp assets quantity 7. So long story short, all that this thing does is it just goes through the entire corp assets list, and it says how many of this specific type ID do we own. It doesn't give a shit where they're located. it doesn't, none of that matters. And unfortunately, there's one minor drawback to this current formula, and that's that if the blueprint is being used in science, then it kind of like disappears off the face of the planet, and I don't know how to find it. So some of the numbers are not quite accurate because they're being used right now. I'm sure I'll figure out where that information gets stored. But yeah. So we use all that to determine how many that we have, and then I did another thing where I searched for the base price, which is just in another data dump. And that's the price that NPCs are selling it, and right now we're paying 125% of the base price to acquire blueprints. So people in the corporation can go and buy these blueprint originals, and then they can contract them to the corporation at this price, and I will buy all of them until this whole list gets filled in, and we have at least the number desired available. See, some of them we're doing fine on. Like, we've got tons of auto-targeting systems and Scourge rocket blueprints and damage controls. Like, we have 13 of those. We have excess of these blueprints. We have 16 Mining Laser Upgrade 1 blueprints. We actually have like 20 or 25, but a bunch of them are being used right now. So, yeah, again, one more time. This is the industry side of EVE stream for a little bit. We're going to be talking about spreadsheets. We're going to do some mining. For a very short period of time, because most likely, if I do a mining fleet, we're going to get ganked by a bunch of asshats, and so just expect that. But yeah, spreadsheets are fun. This is really cool stuff. You just don't understand. All right, so anyway, that's the end of that spreadsheet. That's where this thing came from, basically. That is where this mineral-only blueprint. So if people, trust me, there are some of you out there who are really into this type of shit, like me. Like, you really are probably geeked out right now about, holy crap, I didn't realize you could do all that with Excel and like make spreadsheets that will like pull data from EVE, and this takes manufacturing to a whole new level, and oh my gosh, I need to find out what the market prices are of certain items and stuff. And so along those lines, let's go take a look at another spreadsheet that I made that's still a work in progress. This is my mining spreadsheet. There's spreadsheets out there that people use for doing mining operations and stuff, and I considered using one of theirs, but I like making my own, and so I'm just gonna make my own. And it's almost complete. There's a couple more things that I need to do on it still. These are, I got a to-do list, but basically on the front end, I gotta talk about this because I spent a couple hours on it yesterday. It's really cool to me. On the front end, what do we have? Well, first off, we pull the market data for the Amar domain region. We're going to take the median price on the sell side and the median price on the on the buy side, and then we're going to average those two together to find the true median between buy and sell. And so this is the market price, the halfway point between buy and sell in the domain region for titanium. It's 5.10 ISK, and pyrite's 10.90. And if I wanted to, I could go to data and I could go refresh all, and we might see these numbers update. No, I think I just opened it, and so it updates automatically whenever I open the spreadsheet. Yeah, no, unfortunately, market stat is apparently messed up. Yeah, well, spreadsheets get messed up. We gotta fix it later. So, it pulls the market and says this is how much this stuff's worth. It also pulls the corp asset list and says how much of this crap do we own, and so we currently own 64,636,255 titanium, and then I've got a desired number, the amount that I actually want to have, and then what is that as a percentage of the actual amount that I want to have all the time. So we have 329% stockpile on titanium. So then I created this this workout, or this formula, where depending on our supply, like if we're really low on supply, we'll pay up to 25% premium to buy stuff. But as we get above supply, if we go above 100% of the desired amount, the corporation's going to pay a lot less to buy stuff, because we don't want to just have metric crap tons of titanium lying around with no use for it. But I'll always buy it at 50% off, sure, because then I could contract out industry, like hauling jobs, and I could have the corporation haul stuff to Amar and sell it. So, we'll still always buy it, but we're not going to pay full price, basically. Oh, don't worry, David 8 Chai. We've gotten up to 2,000 people watching Spreadsheets in Space, or Spreadsheets before. We'll see. I don't know if we're going to get up to 2,000, but maybe. The multiplayer with Northern Lion, Mathis, and Quill was on hold for 2 weeks because of, I think, from Mathis and Quill. And then Northern Lion ended up taking like a 3-day vacation on Friday. That guy takes a lot of vacations for someone who plays video games all day. So, okay. So based on the supply percentage, that puts in this thing called a supply modifier, which modifies the market price, and that's the price that the ARUMB, or the Fredigar Hohenstaufen Corporation, is willing to buy these things at. What's the point of this? Well, if someone wants to just go and buy stuff on the market, like we had one member earlier today who, oh, you know what? For example, yeah, I'm in this place right now, and I bought. Someone had gone. It was Cyndia. She had gone all the way to Jeddah or to Omar or something. She bought a ton of Megasite. But notice that right now this is in the market deliveries hanger. If I put it into industry, I'm not exactly certain how long it's going to take for the API to update, but eventually here in the spreadsheet, I will be able to just refresh data. Maybe it's instantaneous. That'd be amazing. No, yeah, holy crap, it is. I just did a quick refresh, and now all of a sudden we can see that the Megasite and the Pyrite are in the... Wow, I'm amazed how quick that actually worked, honestly. So we have 846% of our desired amount of Megasite, which now just dropped the supply modifier for Megasite down, and now I'm only willing to pay 907 ISK for Megasite. No, this is the estimated value in millions. 846 million is 800. It's almost a billion ISK. That's about right. I mean, you can just do the math. 46 here. 466133 times 1814.51 is 845 million ISK. So roughly 846 million. My spreadsheet's not wrong. Don't argue with me. And so notice how, because the supply in the corporation just changed, all these numbers are not the same pattern, right? The order is different. And what this is doing, this is the ultimate end goal for why I did all this. Number one, if somebody wants to just go out and say, oh, hey, I see that you're paying a 24% premium on Mex, whatever the hell the rest of the word is, Mexa Helagana or something. They could just go to Amar, buy some Mex, and bring it out, and I'll pay for it. They can make a 24% profit. Just go buy it, and I'll buy it. I'll pay the premium because we need it. We only have 15% supply of Mexalon. So go buy it and do a hauling job. If you're a hauler and that's like your thing, you want to be a transport guy, then just go to some trade hub and buy it and get it out here. And that's fine. Now, the more important part, and I think this is where the majority of the use in this spreadsheet is going to come out, is that we're going to be able to do this. And one of my things on the to-do list is to make this thing automatically sort so that I don't have to click and do this sort filter. I'll work on that later. Yeah, roughly. That's roughly what we have. Yeah, 1.4 billion in just strictly minerals right now in this specific, in the corporation. We have like 1.4 billion. But that's not counting all the stuff that's still in transit. I've got like literally 5 million meters cubed of tritanium stuck in another system that is... There's a low-sec journey between that system and this system. So it's being stored by a non-corporation character. It's being stored by a corporation member, but it's not the corporation. The corporation doesn't have it in the inventory. It's in that character's inventory, which is slightly different. So what this does... All right, stop distracting me. The purpose of this is to say, okay, the corporation's low on Mexalon, we could use some more Noxium and Isogen, so we're paying a slight premium right now for Noxium, slight premium for Mexalon, and we're paying about equal for Pyrite and Isogen and Zindrine. So then this goes through, and this is the cool part, it goes into this data thing, and it goes and it finds the way that the asteroids are actually reprocessed. So it takes all of the different types of asteroids that are out there, the batch size, and then the product, what they come out as. Like, what do these things make? And then it determines the price of those based on the price that the corporation is willing to buy them for, and then it organizes the asteroids based on the payout per meter cubed of ore. So if you're a miner, you can go through and you can say, well, all right, I can see that the corp wants Mexalon. That's great. I could try to find Mexilon. I could go do all the work. I could look it up, like which asteroid's best for Mexilon. Or you could just not do any of that shit, and you could just look at the spreadsheet and say, oh, we could get the most right now if we were to mine Bistot. But that's in security status -0.6. So let's do this. I want to only look at the places that are in high sec or low sec, and the best I can do is glazed headbergite. Okay, where can we find that? Amar and Galenti space, security status 0.2 or below. Got it. That's where we're going. Let's go find some 0.2. Or if you want to stay nearby, you could do like you could look for the kernite, you could look for the jaspit, that kind of thing, and then just make sure you're mining the stuff that's the most valuable. Now, even better is that when miners in the corporation are doing these big mining ops, there's a whole other page to this spreadsheet that I'm going to end up going over here in a moment. But you can just sell jaspit at 205.89 ISK per meter cubed. So if you go out and you mine, like, you know, oh, we just did 5,000, say 5,255 meters cubed of that stuff, and then you want to, okay, so we'll multiply it by the 1520.4. You'll just be able to contract that over to the corporation at that price. And that's what I'll buy it for, because that's what the corporation needs. So let's clear these filters. So this is current, and I have not yet given access to this spreadsheet. This is only available on my local machine. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the whole thing available online for the corporation to look at, or if I just want to put like a front page type thing, kind of like this. Because again, this is not dynamic. This is a static Google Documents sheet that people can come and look at. I'm a bit leery about, I don't know. I just like to keep stuff local sometimes. Okay, so there's some more stuff that's still like work in progress that I need to do. I want to set up member API to use data validation on corp member names. I want to set it up so that corp members can use data validation, so that we don't need that, but I want it. Fix the reference to payout percentage of the payout tab. Figure out how to make the front end asteroid table sort automatically. Yep, I mentioned that a minute ago. Stimulate data into the percent participation in mining yield calculation. We'll get to that in a second. Percent participation into payout. I actually had like a dream on how to solve this problem, so we might do it today. Add in optional flat miner split. Yeah, so there's only a couple things left really. So okay, that's the front end, right? That helps the mining foreman determine, hey, this is where we should go mine today. But more importantly, participants. This is going to be an all-inclusive spreadsheet for like how we can do mining. So for example, let's say we have people who want to join a mining fleet. We're going to have pilot A, B, C, D, E, whatever. And I've got data validation in place. So these are the only ships you're allowed to do mining in, because that's the only ship that you'd ever do mining in. You should not be mining in non-mining ships. That'd be stupid. But so like a guy who is doing a mining operation, the foreman of the mining operation, the guy who put together the fleet, he can come and he'll be able to load up either this sheet or a sheet that's similar to it, and he'll be able to say like, okay, I got, I don't know, Arumba Adulas. That's my miner. And this is where, on my to-do, I'm thinking about having a member API data validation on corp member names, so that you can only enter in names exactly if they are part of the corporation. The problem with that is that if we have like third-party members who want to bring an Orca or something, they wouldn't be able to enter the name in, and I don't know, there's all kinds of problems with it. So, but they can say, okay, Arumba Adulas, he showed up, and he was piloting a retriever, and he was there for the entire mining op, so he has 100% participation. And then let's say that some other guy comes along named Billy Bob, and he's a hauler. And then we got a security guy named Joe, and he was piloting a battleship. We also had Jimmy, who arrived, and he was piloting a, he's not able to fly battleships, he can only fly a cruiser. But he was there for the whole thing as well, 100% participation. And then we had one more guy, David, who is a slacker, and he only showed up in a frigate for 20% of the time. Right? Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware you can use the API to pull corp names. The problem is actually based in Excel. Excel does this really stupid thing where if you have data validation, I can do an example of it here. Watch, if I try to type venture, and I type half of it, it's going to do this annoying thing, which I can make that go away, but unless the ship is already in the table, it doesn't do autocomplete. So on a small list like this with like 7 guys, it's no big deal. But let's see, like if we tried to type procure, watch what happens. I type pro. Now naturally you would expect that since there's only 7 items in the list, you should just be able to say procurer. It should just autofill procure, but it won't. And if you type it wrong, if you procurer wrong, so no big deal, right? Because it's only 7 items. But what happens when you've got a list of 500 or 1,000 corp members and you have to spell their name exactly right and there's no autocomplete? That's the only reason I haven't put it in yet, because it's just stupid. So I don't know. I think to make that work, I'd have to enable like some of the Visual Basic tools, which I don't really usually mess with that much, but we'll see. I might do it. Right, so we got these guys, right? And then we go to the payout tab, and this is again, this is still part of work in progress, where the guy's going to be able to say, okay, yeah, we went through and we mined some massive scordite. We've got, you know, this much of this massive scordite. That's a pretty good haul, 5 million meters cubed of massive scordite and 50,000 meters cubed of scordite. So the value in ISK, what this is doing now, again, remember, on the front page, the front end, this is taking the value that the corp is willing to pay for this. So that's just what the corp is willing to pay. If you don't want to sell it to the corp, don't sell it to the corp. It's fine. You could sell it to somebody else. You could sell it on the market. There's not a huge market out here. But this is what the corp's willing to pay for it. So that's a 607. Oh, that's really big. That's 607 billion. That's a little bit too big. That's a bad example. Let's say you only got 5 million. There we go. 618 million ISK. This is reminding me too much of work. I'm sorry if you play with Excel. That's your work. That sucks for you. I love this stuff because it's my downtime. All right, so then what this is doing is it's saying %take. And what this one's doing is it's pulling another thing. And this is a very simple sheet at this point. Some people are going to say, what? This is simple? Yeah, it is kind of simple. There's no API checks on the actual cargo, like the type of pilot and like what their skills are. And the way that it determines payout is that we're just using average yields based on ship class. So a venture, on average, with no mining bonuses, can do about 8.53 meters per second. A retriever can do about 19.67, and this is with like optimal skills. A covetter can do about 24.38. A Hulk can do 28.69. And so basically what I did is just said, okay, well, let's not worry about skills. Let's not worry about API checks. It's too much work for new players. Let's just say that if you're flying a venture, we're going to assume that you're doing about this much work. And if you're flying a Hulk, you're doing about this much work, etc. And so based on the type of ship that they're using, when we get to the payout, it's taking the overall amount that they're using and determining the share that they're going to get out of the miner's share. But again, a lot of these numbers are adjustable. I'm not yet sure exactly what the right split's going to be for us. But like in my head at least, I feel like the miners should get about 60%, haulers should take maybe 10, but maybe only 5. I'm not really sure. Security should get 10%, and then the Orca should actually get a big chunk, because the Orca, like, look at the math on these Orcas. These Orcas, if you go from normal mining, the Covetter goes from 24.38 up to 41. That is so idiotically OP. Like they like just having an Orca nearby like really improves the mining ability of the fleet. So so anyway, Orca Pilot's gonna get a fair bit of the money, is what it comes down to. And yeah, and so the idea is that by using data validation on the pilot's names, it'll just make it easy for the miner foreman to say, okay, yep, write a check out to this guy for 122 million, write a check for this guy for 36 million, 92 million. Obviously, his own name would be in the list, and then that's what he ends up keeping for his share. Actually, that's a good point. I might even want to put a foreman category in here. Most likely the foreman's going to be the Orca pilot, though. So, anyway, that's the purpose of this whole thing. I got a whole settings page where we can mess stuff up if we want to. We can change the desired amount of resources that the corporation wants, modify the assumed refined value on... Like, that's part of it, too. If, you might see there's an opportunity here I'm only assuming a 60% refine because that's what I know I can get with the skills that are available to my characters. But if like the mining foreman is better at refining Bistot, for example, than I am, then he can do his own math and just refine it down for me and then sell the minerals directly at the same markup. So then he's taking advantage of his refining skills in order to get more. But if he just sells me the raw ore, I'm only paying based on a 60% refine assumption. And we can actually refine it closer to like 70% with perfect skills. So there is another profit margin there that can be had. Yep, so basically that's most of what the sheet does so far. It needs a little bit more work. But and then I had the idea to do an optional flat miner split in case some people like to do, you know, the Hulks take less and the Ventures take more because new players need more money than the Hulk pilots do. And I don't know, I still kind of feel like if you're bringing a Hulk, you kind of deserve to be paid for your time. And so it'd be kind of silly to not get it. So this is the whole purpose of this stream, the whole purpose of this like thought process here is that I was trying to decide like how do we get the corp people that want to do mining to go out and do mining. We can't just say like, hey, it's time for a corp mining op. Let's all go mine stuff and give it to the corp for free. Because that sucks. Miners need to get paid. Miners need to get money. And the issue is that there's really not a big demand for ore and minerals out where we are right now. So the corp's going to have to provide all of that demand. And so this is the best way that I could solve it. It's going to vary a bit. You know, we're not always going to be paying top dollar. And there might be times where pilots don't actually want to mine for the corp. Where they'd rather just mine and then sell it directly to... stop giving me errors, Excel. Then that's okay. As long as I'm getting the stockpile that I want, and we have enough to actually continue our production. Like, we're kind of really low on Mexilon right now. We need to go find some Mexilon. So, that all being said, let's go play some EVE Online, actually. Since we're playing, you know, instead of playing spreadsheets in space. We got one red in system. That sucks. There's one more. Okay, before we actually like create a fleet and then go get ganked by Pirate because they're a bunch of assholes. I'm assuming there's already a mining fleet, actually. We've got the Island Defense Fleet, boss location private. It's a secret. I didn't realize you could do that. And we've got 40 members in the mining fleet. I have a feeling that number is about to swell. So, alright. One more thing. Okay, so let's say people want to get involved in industry, and you're in the corporation. What should you do? How do you get involved in the corporation industry system? Like, you want to actually use the blueprints that I'm buying and help us build stuff and create a market out here and like build guns and ships and ammo and you know, damage control modules and nanofiber ones and whatever, all that crap. What you should do is you want to join the Arumb dash. It's spelled very specifically. You have to put the spaces in and stuff. You got to go to channels, browse, and then you want to type ARUMB space dash industry space chat. And if you're in the corporation, you can join this chat. If you're not in the corporation, you can't. So you just join this chat, and then at some point, you know, just get a quartermaster's attention or my attention. We'll give you the roles that allows you to do industry. And then what that does is that when you have those roles, you can come to Bazadad, and that's where all the blueprints and minerals are, and you'll have the access to all of the corp blueprints. So you can just change it over from, instead of owned by me, which my character, yeah, I do have some. Holy crap, why do I have so many on this character? That can't be right. I guess it's treating it like they're mine because I own the corp. Anyway, normally it would be like nothing. But you just change it over to owned by corp. These are all the blueprints that are in the current station that are owned by the corp. And you can go to like... I wish I had a character that actually had some slots open right now, actually. So I could demonstrate it. But yeah, all my science jobs and all of my manufacturing jobs are currently active. Which is unfortunate. Maybe I should switch accounts. There's got to be somebody who's got a slot open. I just don't know who. So you can see there's quite a few people who are getting involved. A lot of these jobs are me. I've got 6 characters that I'm doing industry on. Lots of Aruma drones. And there's me. But we got Big Matt, Cyndia. We've got Ketelan, Mahran, Marina, Miley. Got Ranietz, Shana, Tarkilth, all these guys are getting involved in industry. So if you like industry, then you're more than welcome to join. In fact, I will assign a few right now. I can't do this all stream. So if you know, after I do this right now, you're gonna have to catch me later because I can't do this while I'm streaming. But yeah, I'll give you the laborer title, and that's all there is to it. I'm not assigning this to just like everyone in the corp because I want people who are like actively interested in doing it. I don't want people like every single person in the corporation to have the role. Alright, you guys are talking too fast and I might miss you now. Stop talking. Stop it! But just by nature of being in the chat, you'll have access to it. Now, before you try, because I'm sure there are some people who will try, don't worry, you can't steal the corp blueprints. It's not really possible. I've tried. What I did is I gave this role to my character, and then I did everything in my power to steal from myself. And it didn't work. Because basically it does this stupid thing in the game where you have view access to the hangar that has the blueprints, which allows you to see them and do stuff with them, but you don't have take access. So you can't just grab them and take them out. I can because I'm the CEO, but if you were to try to grab one of these blueprints and just like put it in your personal hangar, it'll just say you don't have access for that. The industry tab, you have take access from, but you don't have view access. So you can't see anything that's in there, but you're allowed to take stuff out of it. That doesn't make any sense, of course, unless you're using the science interface. So because you can't see it, you're not able to take it. But if you try to access the materials from the science interface, let's say you wanted to go and make some gravimetric sensor backup arrays. Well, preferably you'd make something with high material efficiency so you're not wasting minerals, but the best thing that a new player that wants to get involved in industry could do is just go through, find a blueprint that's got like, say like this one right here, the Stasis Webifier 1 blueprint. Time efficiency, notice how that blue bar is, there's no blue bar here. That means that this blueprint, it's got 7% out of a maximum of 10% material efficiency research completed on it. But it has no time efficiency research. So what you could do is go over to the time efficiency research, and then you could say, okay, well, it's at 7%. I'm going to research it up to 7 levels of time efficiency research also. That's going to take 1 day, 5 hours, 46 minutes. And I can spend my science slot to make that blueprint better. And by doing that, that's going to make it 14% faster to use this blueprint, which is really good, really helpful. Now, one thing you want to make sure you do is change over here. You've got to do 2 things. If you get this role, and you hopefully people will do this, you want to go to your wallet. When you go to your wallet, you're going to start off on probably your journal. Click on the corporation wallet, click change division, and go to industry expenses. And then click OK. You have access to the industry wallet based on having that role. All right. So once you've done that, then you can go in here and you can change it to corporate wallet industry expense. So if you're going to start and stop jobs, you can use industry assets to do it. You don't have to spend your own money. But here's the thing: if you don't activate that division wallet, you won't see this drop down. You can't actually change it from your personal wallet to the corporate wallet. I'm not expecting you to spend your own money to do jobs using our blueprints. I am expecting you to donate your slots. That's essentially what you're doing. You're spending your slot to help the corporation. But the money and the blueprints and the minerals, that's all provided for by the corp. So the only thing you're giving up is your actual your research slots for the benefit of the corporation, if you want to. Again, this is completely... This spreadsheet's way better for industry operations. Yeah, no. Yeah, Jesus Christ, no. Nope. Because I don't have any idea how all that stuff's calculated. I'm not gonna go figure it out. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't like using other people's spreadsheets. I like building my own, because that way I know how they work. It's the same argument as somebody saying, "Oh, we'll just follow this cookie cutter build for World of Warcraft. You just use this item build, get these items and do these skills, and here's your DPS order. Do these spells in this order." Fuck that. I don't want to do that. I want to play the game. I want to do it myself. I want to figure it out. That's the whole point of the game. I mean, why even play EVE Online if you're just going to use someone else's? I don't know. I don't understand. So anyway, if I had a science slot open, I could do that. I currently am using 4 out of 4. Now the industry side is a little bit different. What you have to do here is you have to change it over from the blueprint, change it to industry, and then output location industry. And this is where it'll do this stupid thing where it will say, you don't have access to the required input materials. That's because you technically can't see them, but they are in there. And so even though it says you can't do it, you just click the start button anyway, and it does work. So if those are infinite, why make copies? That's a great question. So when you're doing industry, these are blueprint originals. They have infinite runs. Why would you want to make copies? Well, look at this. If we go and we want to make, say, a copy, or let's say we want to take the Infiltrator 1 blueprint. This is a perfectly refined blueprint, 1010. It's fully upgraded. So we've got 10% material efficiency, 20% time efficiency. Time efficiency goes in increments of 2% for some reason, so it's 1010. Notice how it takes 6 minutes, 37 seconds to make one Infiltrator. And then if we go to copying, it's 6 minutes, 24 seconds. It's faster to make a copy than it is to make an item, to make a blueprint, to make the item in manufacturing. So if you're going to use the blueprint, by making a copy first and then running the blueprint manufacturing job off of the copy, you're letting the blueprint original be more available. So there's just intrinsic value right away just due to that time savings. But more importantly, blueprint copies are used for this other option here called Invention. So let's say we wanted to go to the Drone Link Augmenter 1 blueprint, and we wanted to do Invention. The outcome from Invention is we have a 34.0% success probability per run to make a Drone Link Augmenter 2 blueprint. So we're taking a Drone Link Augmenter 1 blueprint and turning it into a Drone Link Augmenter 2 blueprint 34% of the time. You cannot use blueprint originals to do Invention. You have to use copies. So essentially you're going to create a whole bunch of copies off of an original, and then you're going to kind of trash them. You know, only 34% of them are going to turn into blueprint 2s, but this is how you make Tech 2 blueprints. Make sense? It's a very good question, but yes, that is where or why you would want to use copies. Now, one of the things that we need is we do need to get in another module here. We need to get a lot of data cores in order to do the Tech 2 Invention system. We also need to get in some optional items, some decryptors, which will increase the chances of doing successful invention. So we'll go from there. But without further ado, I know that there are people who want to go do some fleet mining. I'm going to switch over to my other character so that we can do some mining. I'll be right back. Just a second. I lost you at that one because why? Does the invention part make sense? I mean, we'll explain it. If you're in the corporation, we'll talk about it a lot. That's the purpose of the industry chat channel. I agree with you completely, Alpha. I used to play Path of Exile and everyone's like, this is the best build, you must use it. Yeah, no. That's not how I play games. Alright, so this is my other character, Arumba Adalas, who's actually my oldest character with the most skill points. And let's just see if he's got any job slots available. No, he's 4 out of 4 science. Hey, 5 out of 6 manufacturing. One of my minor complaints is that you have to switch. I hate this. I really hate that you can't see it all the time. I should just be able to see manufacturing, science, all the time. If you're on the industry screen, it should just say, these are the slots you have available. And if you're using your slots on a corporate job, you should be able to pull it using API, but you can't, because the game is stupid. I have a lot of complaints. I complain about every game, but anyway. So we'll run an industry job. And we'll just see like what's something we can make that might be useful for the corp. Hey, some cat boosters, why not? These are copies. Let's not run copies. Let's run like an original for now. Actually, I do kind of want to get rid of the copies though. Fine, we'll do 2 quick runs of the cat booster 25. So we change the input material location to industry, the output material location to industry, and Again, normally, if you were playing, it would say you don't have access to the required input materials. This is going to take 24 Mexilon, 77 Pyrite, 315 Tritanium, and it's going to take 6 minutes. Start. Yeah. We're making some cat boosters. We can see that those are going to be done very, very quickly. I have a lot of complaints should really just be my motto. I agree completely. Alright, so I'm going to just join the fleet. I'm assuming that, yeah, I'll just join it. So we're not actually using that spreadsheet that I was showing you yet. That's something that I want to talk to other people about. And we'll get it implemented at some point, or some variation of it, I'm not sure. So, where are we mining right now? Apparently we're in Mishi. Boss location, Mishi. Boss location, set destination. So Mishi is our furthest and most secure location. Hopefully Carly Summers here is not going to try to kill me. Actually, before I undock, crap. I already undocked. Did I empty my cargo hold? I don't know if I did. I think I did. Yeah. And I'm in a retriever right now, which is not really the best for mining. I should be using a coveter. Or coveter. Because the overall minerals per second that you can get with a coveter is faster than what you can get with a retriever. The retriever is kind of more of like a soul, like a by yourself ship. And the reason why it's useful is because it just has a massive ore hold. So you can just kind of go out and AFK for 25 minutes or so and come back with a huge hold. Where the coveter has faster minerals per second, or sorry, M3 per second, but it requires, you only have 7,000 ore hold. So you kind of need to have someone else who is available to haul for you, which is why the coveter is kind of more of a... Coveter or the Hulk are both more like fleet mining type ships. You have hostiles in where? I only see one guy in Hema. Are they in Mishi already? What a bunch of bastards. We just need them to leave us alone. I might actually change that that industry chat so that it follows the same naming system as the other ones. Unfortunately, some asshat made Arumba-Industry before I could, and then they put a password on it, and I can't change it. I don't have operational control over the chat. And since I didn't technically create it, I can't just like supersede their control of it. Just stupid. Pisses me off. Jake, I'm just going to assume that you are being sneaky. A set day during the week for industry and mining ops. No, we don't, because we have what is already such a large corporation that there's almost always a mining operation going on. Like, I don't know, yesterday was just like a random day, and I swear it was like 8 hours that we had people mining. Our goal is to just get to the point, oh yeah, we got 2 people. There's 2 reds here in Avada. Yeah, be prepared, guys. If you guys are in anyone that's in corp right now, if you're not listening to me, This is pretty big bait. It's very likely that people are going to want to come and gank us because they're jerks. All we want to do is mine some asteroids. I mean, come on. Looks like we got a defense perimeter around the Mishi gate. That's good. I'm assuming that Jake's nearby. No, it's not Jake. I trust in Jake. I just don't have a coveter. That's why I'm using this. The Retriever's still far better than a Venture. Alright, so we're going to go to our fleet. And we'll just mine the boss. So yeah, the Retriever's still going to do a lot more than a Venture would, and I don't have a Covetor on hand to equip, so I'm just going to use what I have. We have blueprints up for, we've got 2 Procurer blueprint originals, we've got 2 Covetors and 2 Retrievers, and we're researching them right now. Thanks to, I think it was Cyndia, it could have been somebody else, I hope I didn't get their name wrong. Thanks to somebody, we have a crap ton of Megasite now, and we can actually make strip miners, and we can make the bigger ships. We can make cruisers, and potentially battle cruisers, and kind of go from there. So, this is a pretty sizable fleet. There's a lot of dudes here. And so, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just kind of practice good stuff here. I'm going to go and I'm going to find, like, the most valuable thing that I can mine. Right, so we're looking at, in this asteroid field right now, like, you gotta kind of prioritize what you mine. We've got some Kernite, Luminous Kernite, and then Pyroxes. Those are the 2 that are a little bit more rare, so if we go check it out, Kernite. Kernite is pretty far down the list, actually. As is Pyroxes. We're just so overstocked on titanium right now. And there's just not a lot of Mexilon out here. Hedbergite, man, that's what we need. Well, when in doubt, just mine the crap out of everything. See, like, okay, if I were the mining boss, if I were the guy running this op right now, I would say, yes, Mishi is probably one of the safest locations that we could be, because we've got 2 jumps to the entrance to the solar system. Notice how to get to Heme, which is the entrance. It's 2 jumps away, so if bad guys come to gank us during the stream, we've got 2 jumps of warning, we can go dock up, that's good. But Mishi's a 0.7 security status system, and it's got crappy minerals. You know, and the corp doesn't really need these right now. We're not going to get good ISK per hour for our time. Now, on the other hand, if we were to maybe go and mine in one of these lower security status systems, like maybe we could go down to Bazadad or over to Chibi, which are 0.5 security status, then we could find some pristine jaspit or some Hedbergite, and that would be a lot more valuable to us as miners. But there's also an argument to say, hey, just you're better off mining all the time at any mineral. I'm just sitting here for like what, 5 minutes now, and my lasers aren't on. So just find something and mine it is another strategy that is perfectly justifiable. That is a lot of mining lasers everywhere. Now what happens, you can shoot mining lasers right through people, and it doesn't do anything. It'd be kind of cool if, like, I don't know, the interference from another ship actually affected you. Like if I was right in the way of his mining laser. That'd be funny. Now, good etiquette, this is just stuff for people who are not experienced at mining. Good etiquette would be, okay, I'm looking at this asteroid right here, for example, right here, this luminous Kernite. Okay? Notice how we got this guy's orbiting, and we've got at least 2 other people who are targeting it with lasers. What's going to end up happening is that the bigger ships, like Retrievers, Covetors, Hulks, Procurers, they use something called a strip miner. And a strip miner has a 3-minute default cycle time. A Venture uses regular miners, and they have a 60-second mining time. The problem is that the minerals don't actually come out of the asteroid field, or out of the asteroid, until you finish your cycle. Meaning that, let's say that a whole bunch of people are targeting one asteroid at the same time. While it's being mined, until the cycle completes, you could have multiple people using multiple lasers, and all of it's going to waste because the asteroid could be depleted. And you won't know for 3 minutes. So what you want to do is everyone should spread out, and you should always try to be targeting rocks that no one else is targeting. Now granted, I'm one of the people who's targeted this rock, so that's a bad job. I'm going to turn that one off. I'm going to pick a different target. We're going to check this one. We'll go look at this one. We can see that there's only 1 beam on it. That's good. I'm going to keep that one. Let's go check out this one. This one is actually not being used. This one's being targeted. So we'll go ahead and we will target this one with our other beam. So you want to spread out, right? Otherwise, it's wasteful. Look at that defense fleet. So we've got the mining fleets in purple, and then the green is, I'm assuming being led by Jake, is our security fleet, who is just kind of hanging out. Now normally, let's say we were actually using, this wasn't like a stream event, let's say we were using our, either this spreadsheet or another version of a spreadsheet, we're actually tracking it, it'd probably all be one fleet, and we'd have the security fleet, you know, all these people would be listed, and the size of the ship that they're using, and then depending on, I'm assuming that if someone brings a battleship, that they should probably get paid more of a share for running security. But that's the goal, is that we've actually got people who are flying around helping each other out. So, okay, I'm part of a mining fleet, right? I am helping out in this task that is a group task. I'm not mining for myself right now. Now, you could theoretically come out here and just fill up your cargo hold, use the Oracle bonuses, and then just run away. But what you should really do is you should be jet can mining. What that means is that I'm sitting in the same spot, right? Let's go focus on our ship. I'm right here. Okay. And what I can do is I can go to my cargo hold and I can eject. I can just jettison the kernite that I've mined. Right? Bam, it's gone. I just spat it out, and there it is right there. There's my cargo container. If I open it up, we can see the kernite's in there, and it can hold 27,500 meters cubed of stuff. Now, the haulers in the fleet, their job is to go around and find cargo containers and grab the ore and take it to a central location. In this case, most often, the mining boss is either going to be in an orca, or they're just going to be the one to coordinate it. So what it should be done is like all of that ore should be taken to a place, and then, you know, really should all be held by the mining boss until the end of the fleet op. And then the fleet, that guy is going to sell it to the corporation at the pre-agreed prices. And then that guy is going to pay out to, and see right there, oh, look at that. You can see we got a guy using a tractor beam. We can see over here, we've got a Miazos. This is a ship type that I believe has bonus capacity for ore. Yeah, it's got an ore hold of 42,000. So this is one of our haulers. His job is to find these cargo containers, and he's tractoring them to himself instead of moving his ship around. And he's just going to put them in his cargo hold. And when he gets full, his job is to just go take it and put it somewhere that... look at all those miner lasers. Oh, that looks cool. Oh, that's a Hulk. It's a Hulk, and he's targeting one asteroid. That is not generally a good idea. Because you have three beams on one asteroid, this thing's going to run out very quickly. And you're very likely to waste capacity, and if you're using specialty mining crystals, you're burning out your mining crystals, because you're going to cycle more often. You should really have 3 targets up, whoever that guy is. I'm not going to call him out because I don't want to make anyone feel bad, but that's not really the right way to do it. So he should change. Notice how no one's mining the condensed Veldspar. That's good. Most people know that Veldspar is kind of crappy. Shouldn't be mining that. Yeah, that is true. We could use a mobile tractor unit. I do have one of those. I just didn't bring it with me. Yeah, I mean, okay, if someone brings a battleship to a high-sec mining operation, that's still fine. It's still a battleship. The security foot, or the security bill, is the same percentage regardless of how many ships there are. It's going to be a flat. Like, let's say that the mining op earns 100 million ISK. And right now, tentatively, security is going to get 10% of the mining op. So that means of the 100 million ISK, they get 10 million. And if somebody brings a battlecruiser, they get 10 million. If there's only one guy defending the fleet and he's in a frigate, he gets 10 million. But if there's multiple ships, which is almost always going to be the case, then dependent on the class of ship you bring, you get a larger percentage of the security portion of the payout, because you're bringing more punch to the security fleet. So it's not going to take away more money from the miners by having one battlecruiser in high-sec. It's just the miners are going to get the same amount no matter what, because that's their job. Security gets their own percent because that's their job. Haulers get their own percent because that's their job. That kind of thing. So what is the goal, right? At the beginning of the stream, we talked about industry. We talked about the corporation having these stockpiles, like how much we want to have. And dependent upon how much stockpile we have, the amount of money that the corporation will pay for minerals will change. so that we can focus the miners, so that they know what we need, so they can, instead of just going out and mining and being, hey, I'm a miner, I just get to sit in an asteroid field and AFK all day. No, you're actively helping the corporation. We're working together as a team. We need, this type of ore. And maybe the type of ore that we need is something that's available in low sec. It's not in high sec. Maybe we do need to put together a significant security detail, and we need to just move the fleet out into low sec. And instead of just mining in Mishi, we could leave our little safe island and we could go try to mine in Jason, 0.3 security status. Or maybe we move over one more system and we're in Kami, 0.2. I think there's even one that's like, Gesh here is 0.1. But we would never do that unless we had a good, well put together fleet with security detail, and it just has to be safe, It's a much higher risk if we were to leave this area. But I mean, right now we have how many ships? There's 70 people in the mining fleet. It's pretty solid. And we've got bonuses. Got a fleet booster, wing booster. Can we see the actual bonuses here? That'd be really kind of nice. The bonuses that you get from an Orca increase the meters cubed that you get. I should be mining a lot more right now, but I forgot my specialty. I don't have my strip miner 2s. Modulated strip miners that can use specialty crystals. I have the crystals on me, but I don't actually have the other ones. We had a mining up a few days ago where somebody had they had found an anomaly that allowed us to go to like a specialty, like special little area in Dead Space where there was a really, really big field of Hedbergite in high sec, which was awesome. But because of that, I didn't have any Hedbergite crystals, so I changed over my actual fit to just have strip miner 1s, because without a specialty crystal, you get far less using a modulated strip miner than you would if you just use a strip miner 1. So I switched over to strip miner 1s, and then I forgot my modulated strip miners. And so, again, I'm not being a very good example here. My ship is very inefficient. I'm using the wrong ship. I should be using a Covetter or a Hulk, and I should be using modulated strip miner 2s with specialty crystals for the rock that I'm mining. But whatever. More ore in is fine. Now, a fleet this size is kind of the goal. Like, we want to get people out there working together, working towards the corporation's needs, getting people involved in the industry role so that we can have people actually helping to build stuff, get modules everywhere. We want to saturate the market with pretty much every type of module that there is so that we can have fair prices for stuff and people can fit their ships and they don't have to worry about going to a Mar for it. But yeah, ultimately that's the goal. Every now and then I'm gonna run my survey scanner and just check the status of my asteroids. Yep, still 7,300 units of Kernite, 6,500 units of Kernite in that one. Each unit of Kernite is a fairly dense asteroid. Yeah, 1.2 meters per unit. So it's about 6,500 meters, and I mine about 1,442 meters per cycle. So there's about 4 cycles left in each one of these Kernite asteroids. So I can basically hang out and do nothing for 12 minutes. Now, if you have been watching the stream so far and you're seeing this and you're thinking, wow, that looks kind of boring, then mining's probably not for you. And that's okay. But let me tell you why mining might be for you. Right now, it's just me talking, right? But right now, it's very, very likely that like 80% plus of the people who are in the mining op are on TeamSpeak right now, just shooting shit, just talking, hanging out. And one of the things a lot of miners like to do is they have a couple beers, and it's just a very fun social event where you just get to hang out and talk and you're mining together. It's totally, totally different from what your normal brand new to EVE experience is with mining. If you're brand new to EVE and you haven't ever been part of a big mining op, basically what you do is you fit a venture, you go out to an asteroid belt and you mine by yourself, and it's boring as shit, and you end up quitting because why would you ever want to spend your time watching lasers on an asteroid for 20 minutes? And it's a great point. It's not fun, but it's different. It's totally different in a fleet. I almost wish I could go join the chat. I might in a little bit, and I might after the stream, but I want to keep the comms open so that I can talk while we're doing stream right now. But that's what it was. Every time I've done it with this group of people, it's just fun time. It's great fun. I mean, this asteroid belt is already getting pretty sparse. We've still got 23 solid Pyroxes asteroids, though, and 12 that are scordite. Now, I don't know how the mining boss is handling this specific op. I'm not really too worried about it, really. If he wants to use the spreadsheet and sell stuff back at those prices, that'd be awesome. But logistically, I'm not sure if he got it set up in time so that the haulers know to take stuff. All hauling should be taken to Bazadad, because that's where all production happens. That's the only place in this little bubble out here, our little island, that has access to manufacturing. The only place you can do manufacturing in these 6 systems. And so, well, it's not true. You can do manufacturing in Heme as well, but Bazadad's the other place where you can actually do research. So if we wanted to do, like, actually, we're not looking for industry, we're looking for services. You can see we've got manufacturing services in Bazadad, and we've got science facilities in Bazadad. So pretty much everything needs to go there, because that's where everything can be done. So it should be hauled there, and that's a big, cool-looking ship. A Raven Navy issue. Look at that ship. It's a beautiful ship. Hey, it's Cyndia. This is the I want to say woman, but it's probably a man. It's like a 90% chance this is a guy. This is the guy who brought all the megasite in this morning. Like 1 billion megasite. It was awesome. Oh, 1 billion ISK worth of megasite. So what is this ship? This is a... Let's just show it in ISIS. So we're looking at a Raven Navy issue. This is a Tech 2... No, not Tech 2. This is a faction battleship. It's a Kaldari faction battleship. Bonuses to cruise missile and torpedoes. Best the Kaldari have to offer on the battlefield, an all-out assault vessel with tremendous electronic warfare capabilities. Nice. It's got drones. Nice drone capacity, can have spares. Cool. Very, very slow. Only two astronomical unit per second warp speed. That's probably normal for all big ships. Oh, it's not a battle cruiser, battleship. Yeah, that's a very, very big ship. That's only like I mean, we're almost all the way to the end here. There's not much else out there. There's you know, carriers, titans, and dreadnoughts, but battleship it's getting up there. Do you have a mining permit from Code? Well, let me guess. Code is some alliance out here? Let's see if we can find out who Code is. A mining permit from another corporation. Oh god, F that noise. Hell no, I'm not gonna mess with that. Code. I'm assuming that it's an alliance. It's not an alliance. Well, maybe they're just not high on the list. Let's show all. Code, the Conference of Elite. $429 members in the alliance. Interesting. Well, we have more members in our corporation than they have in their alliance. So if they want to come out here, have fun. And our corporation is growing very quickly. Now that we have that increased cap, we're at... As of right now, we have 589 members. And we can go up to 1,800. We'll see. I know that now that the cap is so much higher, we're probably going to get a lot of people's alts in, which is good. We've had a few wars. Yeah, I mean, the only two wars that are really kind of a threat to us right now are Pirate and Marmite. We've got one-man terrorist, which is literally it's one dude. This isn't even an alliance, it's just a corporation of one, so he's dumb. Dwayne Johnson Heavy Industries, again, corporation of 4 people. It's not even an alliance. We've got the first group, which I think they actually broke free from Pirate. Pirate had rebels and forced demands on them, essentially, and Pirate, and so they're piecing out separately. So we don't have, that ends at 01:39. So in about 8 hours, that one's over. And then we've got It Must Be Jelly, because Jam Don't Shake. And they've caused some issues. But, I mean, looking at Pirate, for example, let's look at the war report. Today is the 26th. These are the ships that we've lost today. What's going on? Oh, my asteroid's gone. Or the asteroid I was looking at just disappeared. Let's take care of this for a second. Alright. So now we got that under control. So we lost a Mackinac today. We lost a Retriever. Oh, we're fleet warping. Hopefully he issued a command. Hey, dude, if you're gonna do that, you gotta do the drones. Tell people that we're leaving. Otherwise they're gonna leave their drones behind. So the fleet boss, the mining foreman, just did a fleet warp. Apparently we're leaving. Let's see what he said in fleet chat. Yeah, I just dropped a can of 15,000 meters. That was a little bit disorganized. Yeah, we still have lots to pick up there. Make sure that the haulers know that we have a lot still in cans out there. I'm sure they're talking about it in TeamSpeak. I'm backseat driving here. So I warped as far as I could. I'm assuming that, no. I was completely out of cap when he issued the command. Do we have a broadcast? No.
Warp drive active.
Someone else can pick up the drones. Anyone can scoop drones to bay. So if someone wants to do that, that'd be great. So anyway, we were looking at the wars, right? So Pirates killed a few ships. Let's find out where they've done that. Yeah, 13:15. It's about 3 hours ago. This was done in Bazadad. So Pirate did come out here, and they came out in a worm. There's one dude in a worm who killed a Mackinac. What about the rest of these fights? Hema. Bazadad. Oh, it's unusual. Pirate actually hasn't been coming out here too often. Probably because it's the weekend, to be my guess. We've had 3 kills from... Yeah, we lost a Corvetter to this faction. In Bazadad again. Yeah, I'm guessing because it's the weekend, they're all kind of being worse. We've lost 2 ships to the Marmite Collective in the Citadel. So somebody's moving around stuff near Jeddah. Yeah, this is completely like we haven't even seen Marmite really in days outside of what they're doing in the Citadel. I don't know why people are spending so much time near them. So we're still in Mishi. Okay. Apparently the good stuff went away, so... See, I like that people have the opportunity here to do what they like. You know, Eve is so big. There's so much to do. Some people like the mining. Some people like being the industrial hauler, the guy who moves stuff around. Some people like to just fly ships and kill people. Some people like to explore. Some people get geeked about spreadsheets. Some people like to do industry. Some people like to do invention. Like, there's so many different ways to play the game. And when you have a big enough group of people, you can kind of let them do their own role. And so, you know, half the fleet is security. Well, actually, I'd say it looks more like maybe a 1-to-4 or a 1-to-3 ratio. Most of our people right now are doing mining here, which is probably good. We don't need that huge of a number of people on defense. So I'm assuming the reason why we're staying clear of the Bazadod and the other one that'll give us better minerals is just because of the fact that I'm streaming right now. But otherwise, we should definitely not be in Mishi. We could get a lot more value out of mining elsewhere. Just trudging along at 96 meters a second. Just trying to get close enough to zap the asteroids. Gotta be within 16 km. I believe that's my effective range right now. 15 km, actually. Kernite's probably the way to go. I'm gonna go for the luminous Kernite, because I'm assuming that these fiery Kernites are already being mined pretty hard by some people. And we'll stop the ship. Hang out here. Yeah, we're not going into low sec. I'm talking about going into lower high sec. We could get a lot more money out of Bazadod or Chibi, which are still both high sec. Or even Heme. But mining directly in Bazadod just makes a lot of sense because that's where industry happens. Like, Bazadod should be the system that we mine out first every day. Because it's just a matter of jumping out of the station, going and mining all the asteroids, and all the stuff goes right back to the station. Well, we're going to talk about player-owned structures. The issue is that we don't want to get too into it, really, simply because while we have these wars with these two alliances, Pyrat and Marmite, and to a lesser extent, the Jelly people, we don't really want to get people too excited about player-owned structures, because what'll end up happening, if we build a player-owned structure, it's going to get killed. They're gonna come out here for that. They will come out here and kill it, just to be assholes. At the very least, when they come out here just to be assholes and we're just mining or like doing whatever, missioning or something, or exploring, we can just go hide in the station and ignore them. But if we tried to do that while owning player-owned structures, then they would kill them. And we still don't yet have enough production and basic modules and ships and stuff out here to really mount an effective defense. The last few weeks. Lol local, 100 people. Did we get a bunch of reds? No, that's all us. Oh, hail Arumba. I don't really read local, I just use the local list. Yeah, we might be. In 18 days, we can form an alliance. Form our own alliance, and we probably will. And the idea behind that is that if we can form up an alliance with some of our neighbors that we don't actually want to fight, then we will, simply because the number of people that are in your alliance increases the cost of a war declaration, and I believe the cap is like 2,000 members. So if we can get up to 2,000 people that are not on trial accounts, it'll be even more expensive for them to maintain the war with us, while still being just as useless, because they have to come 20 jumps away through low sec to get to us. So that's part of the goal, is just get the corporation bigger, get more people who are actually active accounts, and try to get them to just leave us alone. Yeah, we're gonna have an alliance in about 18 days. That's all that my primary character is researching, is just he's just researching or skilling up that stuff nonstop, just corp related stuff. Like, let's see, how big is Pyrat? Let's go check them out. Show the alliance. Now, you can do this thing where you could go through each of the corporations that form up that alliance, or what we can do is we can actually go back here to alliances, and we can search in this list, and if they're not in this list, then they're pretty small and crappy. Or maybe not, I don't know. But we can do show all, like I did a few minutes ago. Give it a second, and then just go over here, type PIR. We can find Pyrat. This is a list of all of the alliances. And I think they actually have a period in their name. P dot. Pyrat. Is that not the actual name? What is the actual name? P space. Oh, we're gonna show all again. Join the goons and move to nullsec. There we go. Pyrat. 167 members. And we have 600 members, but mostly newly skilled pilots in far, far weaker ships. So it's going to take some time to actually get up there. But I have every confidence that that if we get up enough industry and we just get enough production out here, and we eventually start doing invention and planetary interaction, that we're going to be able to match them in firepower. But we're going to need to be able to build all that stuff ourselves, because they're camping the crap out of the trade hubs, and it's really annoying. But part of the reason why we were able to field those death balls for a few weeks was because we were only 2 jumps away from Amar, and we could buy everything we needed. But now it's really costly to actually buy that stuff and then ship it out here to Lowsec, and I just didn't want to live 2 jumps away from where they like to hang out and camp. So we moved 20 jumps out, and that's it. I would say, I mean, by show of hands, or by show in Corp Chat maybe, at least my experience is that this last week has been the best that we've had in the last 3 or 4 weeks, because we just haven't been bothered nearly as much. And if people are losing ships, there have been some ships lost, but it's because they're not paying attention, and that's actually fine, because they need to learn. You know, they need to learn to like keep your intel channel open, keep intel open, and pay attention to it, or just pay attention to when people enter the entrance to our little island in the sky. See, Heme, if you look at this, let's unflatten the map. If you look at Heme, this is the Corp HQ in Heme. Notice how the only connection to Heme is Jason. Or sorry, Jason connects to Heme, and then Heme connects to Bazadad, which is where the industry is. And then Chibi is just over there, and then we've got Avada, and then we've got Mishi, which is where we are right now, and then we've got Pahine. But we put the Corp HQ here so that if anyone enters this system, we're very likely to have someone who notices it in Corp Chat, or just in local chat, and they'll warn people. And so since we're up here, like if we get a huge influx of people in Heme, and we're all the way up here in Mishi, we're just going to go dock up. And by the time they actually jump to Avada, we're going to be gone. The whole fleet will have disappeared. That's part of the reason why we chose this location, is just to provide that defensive notice. And I actually think that mining in Bazadad would be totally fine right now, because I think even 1 jump's notice is more than enough. But we have 2 places we can mine with 2 jumps notice, and then 3 that we can mine with 1 jumps notice. And this is all high security status as well. So if anyone that's not at war with us attacks us, then Concord will arrive and kill them. So it's a little high-sec bubble in the middle of a low-sec area. Most of Iridia is low-sec. Notice if we flatten the map again, and we look at the rest of Iridia, we can see here security status is very low in Iridia. There's only a tiny bit that is not. Mining fleet aligning to gate. Be ready to jump all drones. Okay. I missed the broadcast because I'm streaming.
Warp drive active.
I didn't get a chance to align. So I'll be late. We can see we're leaving behind some... There's a drone. The ARUMB drone. It's our symbol. You know, we just leave those everywhere so that people know we've been there. Apparently we're heading to Avada. I like having this thing where it's not flattened. Gives me a better idea of what I'm looking at sometimes. Okay, so we're in Avada now. Let's keep the actual broadcast list open. I need to get into the habit of doing that. I don't know why I have this thing so big anyway. So what are we doing? I should look at fleet chat. Red in Avada. If it's just one guy, I don't really think it matters. We have a security fleet. That's their purpose. Reds in system. It's not Reds. It's one dude. It's just one guy. I'm pretty sure we can handle one guy. Aligned to Stargate. See, I'm not used to looking at it from this perspective. I should be practicing it on this side too. I really feel like it should be an audio cue when someone broadcasts on a line. I also feel like you should be able to have a shortcut to do it. Align to last broadcast would be an amazing shortcut. Yeah, we're still not really sure why Marmite and Pyrat declared on us, but it's most likely because they... Well, when you look at the alliances, they declare on, like, everyone. Like, look at Pyrat. And we look at their war history. They have 31 active wars right now, and they've declared 2 new ones. So my guess is they just declare war on everyone. Anyone that they can find that's close to them, they just declare war on all of them. But with this many active wars and 2,701 finished wars, at some point they're going to end the war with us. They're not going to keep it going forever. There is some period of time where they will quit the war. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing with Marmite. Marmite currently has 147 active wars and 13,000 finished wars. Same basic MO. They declare war on absolutely freaking everyone. And Marmite's more located around Jeddah. I've been recommending to people for like weeks now to stay the hell away from Amar and Jeddah, and yet people keep flying there and then they die. And it's shocking that if you fly through Amar or Jeddah and we're at war with corps that camp those spots, that you'll get killed. I mean, I know, it's shocking. But Alright. Are we broadcasting? What are we doing? Most of the fleet seems to be either cloaked or gone. I'm just going to follow the boss. No, we're just still cloaked. Oh, right, we're still in Hema. Yeah. You gotta be surprised. I mean, you can't really be surprised, rather, that people are dying around Amar and Jeddah.
Warp drive active.
We need some more practice. People should be, I mean, while you're in a fleet, you should pretty much keep your history screen open all the time. I know I keep closing mine, which is again bad practice, but like if you get a broadcast from the fleet commander, then you need to follow him. You should be aligning when they say align, and then he'll issue a fleet jump so that we warp together. That's how you keep apprised of what's going on. We have 17 cargo containers in Mishi Belt 1. Again, I don't think we should worry about what we lose. I'm sure that we can send some haulers out there to pick them up. As long as they're picked up within 2 hours. I think it is. 2 hours, they'll be fine. But it is kind of funny. We've got 1 red in system. I'm assuming, yeah, I saw a couple haulers. I just realized I didn't eat lunch yet. Not most, no, I don't mean it like most people are dying there. We've lost plenty of people out here, absolutely. But a lot of the stupid losses have happened in Jeddah and Amar and Corazor Prime, where people are just flying like a... Then we lost an Orca. Somebody flew an Orca into Corazor Prime by themselves. They're just like, oh yeah, I'm sure it's fine. It's only 1 jump away from Pyrat. I'm sure it's fine. Somebody has me targeted. Why you do this? Oh hey, we had a new subscriber about an hour ago. Sorry I missed you. Red17. Welcome to the subscriber team. I mean, we lost hundreds of frigates. Hundreds of frigates when we did our death balls. I think we can see it pretty easily, like Pyrat, War Report. They've killed 2,163 ships, and we've only killed 33. They've killed 10.7 billion ISK worth of ships, and we've only killed 3.6 billion. But these numbers are skewed because we've lost a lot of big ships nearby because people are flying on their own, and we are... I mean, look at this. Most of the losses, red is the Pyrat, blue is our kills. We've killed cruisers. Most of our losses are capsules, people dying with implants on, and industrial ships. They've killed 51 of our industrial ships. So that's just people flying around in places they shouldn't be. We lost a few battlecruisers and battleships. The frigates were very cheap. 200 million ISK worth of frigates. Oh, am I looking at the wrong line? Frigates. 1.2 billion worth of frigates. 1.8 billion worth of capsules. 3.35 billion worth of those. So overall, the Pirate Wars cost us about 11 billion in actual value. And the Marmite, not nearly as much. We haven't killed a single Marmite ship. But they're based near Jeddah. We shouldn't even be seeing them. But people keep flying to Jeddah. And again, mostly industrial ships. People flying around where they shouldn't be. And then Jelly, I think that they, not even 500 million. We've actually killed nearly as much as they have, which is 4 kills. We actually got a kill on a cruiser that was worth 300 million. And I would not be surprised if these industrial ship losses here of 200,000 or 200 million came from people flying where they shouldn't be. If you gotta go to Omar, but do it in an alt. Like, you shouldn't be flying there while we're at war and you're in the corporation. Use an alt that's not in the corp, fly out there. The alt won't be at war. Broadcast spotted an enemy. What? That's weird. So it's just pressing those buttons. That's weird. I'm probably going to want to unkeybind those. Those are dumb. Alright, so in this region now, we're in Bazadad, which has pretty much the same asteroids, unfortunately. But they'll be bigger. The lower your security status, the bigger the asteroids. Hey, people can go to Amar if they know how to do it. Just don't go to Amar on autopilot and get killed 15 kilometers out from the station. That's stupid. I've flown my trader with like 400 million ISK worth of implants out to Amar multiple times because he goes in a ship that can get there, and I use instant docking bookmarks and stuff. And yeah, I mean, if you know how to do it, then do it. But don't fly an Orca into Corzor Prime and be surprised when you get killed. That's just dumb. Especially don't do it on your own. It would be great if we could get an explorer to actually scan down a wormhole. Or not a wormhole, but like a mining site. And we could get some Hedbergite or something. Confederation of XX Pizza. Oh, so we get a new war. Yay, 1 minute and 4 seconds ago, someone declared war on us. Yay! I'm really starting to consider not streaming this game. It's like 100% chance. If I stream, some asshat corporation decides to declare war on us. It's like, oh, it's a streamer. Fuck them. Let's declare war. God. Okay, so this is an alliance. Tons of members. I don't know who Pizza is. We'll find out. What was her name again? I keep forgetting. Confederate something. Confederation of X Pizza, 779 members. The Executor is the Love Squad. The Love Squad is headquartered out of PR-8CA, the Blood Raiders Logistics Support. So they're out there. It's a corporation based in Nullsec. 18 jumps from where we are right now to where at least the Executor of the Alliance is. It's hard to say. I don't really know. I'm sure someone will, and they'll do some research for me, but I don't know where they're based. The actual overall Alliance. That's where the corporate Executor, the Alliance Executor is, though. Got a catalyst shooting me. Great. Good job. Just kidding. Faggot.
Warp drive active.
Oh, God. Well, I had a feeling we'd get attacked, but I don't know. Who was that? It said criminals will not be tolerated, so I'm guessing that he wasn't at war with us. That's normally what you see when it's like a high-sec attack, and you're not supposed to do that. Concord will show up and kill you. Why can't I even warp to this damn thing? Here we go. I know I have my capsular log-off timer, but I should still be able to warp to it. Alright, can we see, how do you even find that kill report? There's the catalyst, thank you. How did you find that? I know how to find it when it's someone that's actually has an alliance with us, but... Okay, so Catalyst, the Destroyer, who killed him? Top damage was Elvan, who was piloting a Hecate using light neutron blasters. He did 1900 damage. Nice. 1900 out of 2600. So he did the vast majority of the work. Thank you, you guy. How do I... Come on, stupid game, I should be able to right-click on your portrait. For saving me on a stream. There's 100 million hits. Have fun. Oh gosh, that's so dumb. I knew that we'd get attacked if I did what's it called? It's 300,000. I don't really care. I could totally equip like an armor repair, but I just don't care. And the total loss was 6,500,000. Damn, that ship was strong for such a small kill. Is it really worth that little? Yeah, Catalyst is just a destroyer. Just a destroyer. Galenti destroyer. I should probably have armor. Well, the thing is, I don't even have damage control. Like, my ship is very flimsy. It's not fit for defense at all. We've got like 6,000 HP and that's it. I've got no damage control on. I'm just pure greed. Mining laser upgrades. I'm not flying a Procurer or something that actually has some tank to it. Just a boring little retriever. It's really not a good ship. Why are they the best gank ship?
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Most DPS for the ISK? Okay. How much DPS can they do? $800 DPS on a destroyer? Holy shit. That is a lot. And there's still Concord. Concord Police Commander. Yeah. So this is why normally, outside of probably this one stream, we're not going to be streaming mining operations because it's just bait. Like, people will attack. People will do that if I try to stream while we are mining. Oh, hey, they got the capsule too? Good job. Capsule was worth unknown. Why don't we know? I want to know. So he did... No way. He can't do 800 DPS with just 2 light neutron blasters. Can he really? That seems insane. He didn't even have a... like a cloak or anything. He must have just jumped in and just immediately targeted me and just went from there. Yeah, well, that's part of the reason why we've got people on a security detail, is that we are kind of expecting that they may respond. Hopefully we'll have eyes in Hema, and if they do show up, we can just go dock up. But that all being said, I am going to wrap the streaming portion of this up for pretty quick, pretty soon, and we'll keep on doing stuff in game. I'm going to go join TeamSpeak, and if you guys want to play with us, feel free to come join the corporation. We've got spots available now. Well, when you sign a contract to the corporation, anyone, I believe, can accept it, I think. Nice. Got some people bringing in lazy blueprints and stuff. Sweet. We will accept these contracts. Hornet blueprints. Sure. Good job, guys. Bring in stuff we need to make stuff. Data analyzers. That's for people who want to do exploration. Relic analyzers. Sweet. Yep, we need those. Hopefully no one's sneaking any blueprint copies in on me here. They all look like they're blueprint originals. I'm assuming people are being trustworthy. We've only had a few people who are kind of deceptive intentionally. I hear a lot of people jumping. Is something going on?
The asteroid is depleted.
Island Defense Fleet. I like the way that sounds. Alright, we're looking at contracts. Most places are not safe to join. There's not very many places that are safe to join this corporation right now. If you can. Nice work, holy crap. So a lot of people got smart bombs. Is this all one guy? Oh, it's Raul. He's all about it. There should be an option to just like blanket accept contracts, but there isn't. Not that I've seen. So these are all going to end up in the corporate blueprint hangar. And then we will update the spreadsheet so that we... oh, I have the wrong wallet active. Yeah, I just spent all of the industry expense. I don't even really check usually, unless like Electron Blaster Cannon 1. That is kind of high for just 2 blueprints. Let's just check real quick, see if that's correct. Electron Blast, the highest one, 6 million, 7.5, so it should be 15. Yep, nope. People are trustworthy. Well, Raul I know is trustworthy. I shouldn't even question it when it's him. He's been all about it. We're going to end up with some duplicates here, but we can always sell refined blueprints back to the market at a profit. So I'm still willing to pay the 25% premium to have these blueprints kind of ferried out and found. All right, cool. Well, anyway, this has just been like the industry and mining primer stream. Next weekend, I'm not yet sure if we're going to be back to doing PvP or if we're going to be doing some more mining, but heavy energy neutralizers. These are damn expensive. So they just add up. Whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, Roomba's... he's trustworthy. I shouldn't even question him. Last words. That's not all that we have, though. We have a lot more than 25 billion at this point, but a lot of it's been converted into non-liquid net worth. I don't really care too much about Twitch followers that much. I mostly do YouTube. I mean, I appreciate people following on Twitch because that does give them alerts when I'm streaming, but most of the audience is actually on YouTube. It's like 150,000 there, and I always put up a video when I'm streaming so they can see that I'm streaming, and if they want to come watch it, they can, but... So, yeah, that's kind of where things are at. How's this asteroid looking, this asteroid belt looking already? It's cool. When you actually mine out an entire asteroid belt, all you see are these little ABA rocks everywhere, because all the big ones, like, they actually go away. Like, they die, and they get spread out when you kill them all. So we still got quite a few asteroids. Tons of viscous pyroxeries. Pyroceres. Cool. Well, this is definitely the biggest mining fleet we've had. And I think that because the more time we spend like training new players on the different ways to play the game, the more likely they are to actually go out and do these things. And let's just say that you log on and you don't see a mining fleet, but you want to go mine. Then all you gotta do is just create a fleet. Just start a fleet. You just open up your fleet interface, and then you go to right up here, my fleet, and create fleet. And then you click on this thing and you create an advert, and then you put it in corp chat and say, hey, I'm gonna go mining. And then 20 or 30 other people want to join you. And then you just go mine as a group. And it's just far safer that way. Now, we will have people who are experienced at doing actual mining ops be leading those things and using spreadsheets and stuff if they want to do payouts. But at the very least, just go and start a fleet. That's the thing.
The asteroid is depleted.
Apparently we have another war deck. Is that what I heard? Public enemy. "56 seconds ago. Great. Cool. This is a alliance again. Yay, fun. "65 members. Executor is this alliance, and their home station is... Apparently they speak German, it looks like. Headquarters is out of Amar. Well, we're 20 jumps away from Amar, and we don't really pay attention to Amar. Yeah. Keep in mind, I mean, some of these war decks could be related to the stream. Some of them could just be because people are going down a list and declaring war on every single corporation they can find. Because that's just what they do. Raider fleets. We're in high sec. The only people that can come and attack us here free of Concord response would be people that we're at war with. So pretty much it would have to be Marmite or Pirate would just have to show up and come attack us. And if they want to do that, feel free. I mean, whatever. We have a defense fleet. And we will probably just run. And, whatever, you know. I'm just gonna mine the closest thing, because I don't want to have to keep looking at stuff. Better to be mining.
Asteroid is depleted.
Excuse me? It's better to be mining something than to be mining nothing. I have to fly through low-sec to get there. That's the idea. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly why we're out here. Well, maybe I will. Right now, this is my mining character, and he is working on reprocessing right now. In one day, he'll have reprocessing efficiency 5, which will be great, because after I get reprocessing efficiency 5, I will be able to get some scrap metal processing, and then get at least level 1 through 3 of all of the other mineral type reprocessing. But then, yeah, after that, this is a minor pilot, so he'll probably end up going for the Orca. Alright, cool. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream now, and I'm going to go join TeamSpeak and just hang out with the guys for a bit. And if you want to join us, again, feel free to start up a trial account. There's links in the chat on Twitch. People will just type, I'll do it, actually, !Eve. The bot will provide you with a link. You can get a free trial, come play for 30 days, come try out mining, do all that stuff. And if you don't want to keep playing after that, that's totally fine. No big deal. But, all you gotta do is, if you want to join the corporation, there is a corporate welcome mail that will tell you like some instructions on how to get here and like what to do first and all that stuff. But you just get in the game, you go to corporation, and then you're gonna go to... Actually, no, don't do that. Don't go to corporation. Here's the easier way. Go over here and find your... Under the Neocom menu, go to social. Go to the Neocom menu. Go to It's not under menu. Just go to people and places. And then you want to go to search for corporation and then type ARUMB. You'll find Fredigar Hohenstaufen Corporation. That's us. And then you just go, you'll click on it, open it up, and say apply to join. And then when we accept you in, you'll get your welcome mail, and it will tell you everything you need to know. Like what to do first, and how to get here, and all that stuff. So I'm sure we have a few more people who are currently looking to join, yep. And we're still pretty much just letting everyone in. We've got a bunch of people who are directors of other corporations who are still trying to apply for some reason. In fact, I should probably just reject those applications because they're kind of annoying. Okay, cool. So, well, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next stream. Next time I stream will probably be... I do have a new game I want to take a look at, just to try it out. It's called Cogmind. I do want to try that. It's pretty cool. It's an alpha. It's like a roguelike game where you control a cyborg thing that like goes around and picks up guns and treads and wheels and stuff, and you get to shoot things. And so, yeah. Alright, cool. Well, I will see you guys in the next stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. Everyone that's actually in the fleet right now, keep in mind I'm not leaving. I'm going to actually join you guys on TeamSpeak for a bit. So, alright. See you guys later.